Origins on Rusuji Reaction. This is History Summarized, Thebes' greatest accomplishment ever. This story, this ludicrous, insane story is near and dear to my heart. It also conveniently explains what went on in the century between Peloponnesian War and Philip II conquering Greece. Okay, so this is Greece, Thebes, not the Egypt one. This story is pretty much it. Speaking of, I hope it covers all the Macedonian shenanigans at some point. Yeah, Thebes. There are two Thebes in Egypt and Greece. So obviously, this is Greece one. Greatest accomplishment ever, really? Why is that? It's gonna be a fun video. I've got quite a few Only Sarcastic production videos already. If you haven't seen them, check out the cast, this playlist, check out for it. Only Sarcastic production reactions, something like that. I upload lots of videos in 24 hours. Now I've started to react to two Only Sarcastic production videos a day. One is mythological, which I'm gonna upload 6 hours after this, and one history like this. So check out the playlist, it's all there. And yeah, let's watch this one.
For all of the grandiose and lofty aspects of history, sometimes we forget that it's made up of real people. And those real people sometimes try to pull off the most ridiculous BS imaginable. And sometimes it works and has crazy historical consequences without ever being appreciated for the utter nonsense that went into it. This story, one of my all-time favorite history stories, is about the Greek city of Thebes and its greatest accomplishment ever. So, for some context, in the century after the Persian Wars, Thebes was a bit of an outcast on account of being casually allied with the Persians during the, Persian Wars, which kinda leaves a bad taste in the mouth of the Athenian and Spartans who fought Persians and Thebans at the Battle of Plataea at the end of the Second Persian War. A half-century of stern Hellenic side-eye later, Spartan pragmatism in the Peloponnesian War led to an alliance with Thebes, which is its own crazy story by itself, and this gradually brought about a Greek change of heart towards Thebes in general. After Sparta won the Peloponnesian War and started flexing its rippling pectorals all across Greece, a group of Greek states who thought that Sparta was kind of acting like a grade A nobbin formed an alliance and started a war with Sparta to get them to stop acting so imperialistic. This coalition consisted of 1. Athens, makes sense. 2. Argos, who hated the Spartans for centuries, so that checks out. 3. Corinth, who, was allied with Sparta during the Peloponnesian War? Okay. 4. Thebes. Wait, really? Really, guys? Well, way to repay the favor, jerks. And finally 5. Persia. Persia? Oh, come on! Gee, I guess people really didn't like Sparta anymore.
Seriously, how badass Spartans were there? All those people with all those history against each other band together to fight Sparta. That just tells you that those, movie 200, that's not exaggeration, is it? They were ridiculously powerful.
Yikes. So, let the moral of the story be that Greek alliances are determined by a mix of 35% grudge holding, 10% idealism, and 55% ganging up on the villain of the week, who in this case was Sparta. So that war happened and nothing really came out of it, but a decade later the Thebans and the Spartans got into another war, and this is where the plot thickens, and by thickens I mean gets completely ridiculous. The two main characters in this war are the Spartan king Agesilaus and the Theban general Epaminondas, who was really smart and really cool and just all around awesome. The war lasted for 6 years and nothing really came out of that either, so eventually the Athenians, who were allied with the Thebans, convinced them all to meet for peace talks. At the negotiations they all showed up and made formal declarations of their great and awesome commitment to super cool peace. Sparta said, "We, the Spartans, swear on behalf of ourselves and all of our Peloponnesian allies to uphold this great and wonderful peace." And the Athenians said, "We, the Athenians, swear on behalf of ourselves, but not on behalf of our allies, because that's not cool and we're not an empire anymore." Our marketing team said that was really bad for our image, but anyway, yes, peace, yay. And the Thebans said, "We, the Thebans, swear on behalf of ourselves, but not for our allies. We'll let them swear on behalf of themselves to uphold this great and wonderful peace." And then they negotiated all of the terms, and it was all well and good and fun. And then later that night, the Thebans went back to the hotel and ordered ancient Greek room service, which I can only assume was a bushel of grapes and a shot of ouzo. And they were chatting, and one guy said, I know we tried being non-imperial and not swearing for our Boeotian allies, but Sparta did it, and I know we hate Sparta, but come on, they're Sparta, and I think it would be good for our image if we went..."
Alright, so they want to, swear on behalf of their allies, but that would show that they are also imperialistic type of thing. But that is the reason why they're fighting Sparta. So if they do that, what message are they sending? And just to show strength, they're going to do that? I mean, that is just effed up, man. Man, I love this. In the Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there's also Sparta versus Athenian, I think, blue and red thing going on. So whenever I'm imagining this all fighting happening, I don't know why I'm constantly imagining that game and the things like that, where war is happening everywhere in cities and things like that, Argos and everywhere.
Went back and established how cool and powerful we are too by swearing on behalf of our allies, just like Sparta did. And the other Thebans probably said, well, that honestly seems a little bit inconsequential, but yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's make ourselves look a little bit better. Why not? Well, what's the worst that can happen, So the next day they showed back up at the peace talks, and Sparta said, so, shall we agree to these peace terms of this glorious peace, and go back home to live in peace? And the Thebans said, wait, we would actually like to, if we could, re-swear on behalf of our allies as well, just like you did, Sparta. And Sparta said, you can't do that. You already swore. You can't re-swear, that's not in the rules. And Thebes said, well, too bad, we're re-swearing. Sparta said, but you can't. And Thebes said, but we will. And Sparta said, guys, this...
Alright, first of all, this is a bit of a dick thing from both sides. Thebes like, okay, we want to be stronger. You should have thought of that before. From Spartan's side, why does it matter if they re-swear? I mean, come on, man. It can't be that hard-coded law or something that you can't re-swear or something. It's a peace talk. Fine, let them re-swear. Who cares? I mean, they already swore. They're re-swearing behalf of their allies, whatever. Who cares? But, even the Spartans are trying to flex at the time. I mean, they would. If you're so powerful that everybody else is trying to basically, beat you, to suppress you, and people are banding together who were once enemies and a bad history, but still banding together because they want to defeat you. If you're at that position, well, of course you want to flex at that time, like, oh, we can't let you do that. You can't re-swear. Understand Sparta. But Thebes are kind of being stupid right now, aren't they? Because everybody's trying to, basically attack Sparta to make sure that they don't go out of control. And they are forging alliances that what they would never in past times. Basically, the people, they have bad history, they are banding together to kick Sparta's ass. And after 6 years, they are signing peace treaty. So Thebes would be like, okay, let's let this happen. Otherwise, our ass is gonna get kicked. They are Sparta, but they're like, screw that. We want to flex right now. I don't understand Thebes' mentality.
This is a peace conference. We're already 99% of the way done. Can't we just call it a day? And Thebes finally said, you know what? No, we won't call it a day. We want to swear for our allies, and if you don't let us do that, then we're declaring war on you.
What?
Again! And then the Spartans are confusedly looking at each other like, are these guys for real? But Thebes had already stormed off and...
What if the Spartan general or whatever, whoever is that, there, goes closer to the Thebes guy and in his ear whispers, if you don't sign this, we're gonna fucking kill you. We are Spartans, and just walks back in his position. That would be ridiculous.
Assembled an army to fight Sparta. Because remember, all they wanted to do was edit one tiny part of a formal declaration of peace to make themselves look slightly stronger. Are you feeling this pettiness just wafting over you yet? So Thebes assembles an army to fight Sparta, something no Greek...
Yeah, but the thing is, at this point, if Spartans let them do that, that shows weakness for Spartans. I mean, that goes against that image entirely. So they can't let Thebes do that. Because in the history book, it goes like Spartans were getting weaker. They let something like that go, or something like that.
Greek army ever actually wanted to do, because Spartan soldiers are really, really good.
Yeah.
And then, that Theban general Epaminondas from earlier had an idea. So usually, because of the way that hoplites are organized, you want to put your strongest fighters on the right side of the phalanx. That's just how it works. That's how it's been, forever. But Epaminondas decided to put his strongest fighters on the left side of the phalanx instead, with the idea that his best fighters could defeat Sparta's best, and then once Sparta's best fighters fell, the rest of the entire line would just collapse like that. And as it turned out, at the Battle of Leuctra in 371 BC, that is exactly what happened.
What?
And the Theban army won such a decisive victory against the once seemingly invincible Spartans that no one dared to challenge them for another 10 years.
Thebes defeated Spartans like that? That is just ridiculous. I'm pretty sure Spartans this is, they basically underestimated the opponent. They're thinking we are Spartans. We don't need to prepare or something. So I guess that's what happened at the time. So they fell very easily. Otherwise, Spartan tactics are also awesome. So they're just falling like that. It's weird. But I think they underestimated them. But still, Thebes defeating them, that's ridiculous.
Because they threw a hissy fit at a peace conference over a technicality, became the strongest power in Greece for a decade, and remained in the top 2 or 3 after that decade, all the way up until Philip of Macedon conquered Greece in 338. Because they threw a hissy fit. I can't even be mad. That's just impressive.
Yeah.
And stupid.
Yeah.
Really, really stupid.
Yeah, that's like that in one of those movies. Some amateur weak guy defeats really strong guy just by out of luck or something, and everybody just declares him a hero or king or something because he defeated the strong guy just out of luck. This sounds like that. Yes, most people portray history as a serious matter. It can be funny lots of time. That's what I learned. It can be funny, even parody, parody style. Lots of things are just ridiculous. I've reacted to lots of history videos, and in those history videos, even I said that this feels like a movie, comedy movie or something. Remember that it's also a comedy goldmine. Yeah. Sometimes you get utterly ridiculous shenanigans like this, altering the course of human existence. Moral of the story, if anyone wants you to sign a legal document, just declare war. Yeah, that's gonna end well for you. Yep. Yeah, that is just ridiculous what happened. Man, I love that comment here. Comedy is tragedy plus time. By that logic, yeah, this is just great. Alright people, if you like my Rick, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the Rick Sunday, this is a link in the description. Check out the cast of the playlist, check out the end cards, and I'll see you next time.